One of the challenges that we have with the workplace and project teams is the whole idea of engagement. Gallup's been tracking it for over 20 years. And on average, in the United States, about 30% of individuals are giving you their A game. Those are the ones in the green. They're rowing, they're happy, they're creating a positive environment and productive. You've got about 50% in the middle of the boat that are coasting. They're going along for the ride. They will do a good job if you tell them what to do, tell them how to do it, and then follow up and make sure they do it. But then you have two individuals that are toxic. They're actually actively working against the interest of the team or the company. And the challenge we have is, how do we find out who these people are? So I've been working on a framework. It's going to be extremely helpful for you. Until we can place somebody where they are, we don't know how to properly develop them, and I think this will help you. Let me provide a brief overview of the presentation on the employee engagement matrix. And if you're interested, I'll provide a link at the end. But what we're working with are breaking down manager traits on two continuums. One is transactional to relational, and then the vertical axis has growth at the top. That means helping employees get better individuals, better performance, and then performance, outcomes, getting things done. I break out names for these kinds of styles: the guide, the hero, the taskmaster, and the boss. The next slide is about the style of each manager. So for example, if we look at the upper right, the guide, I will explain their style, light touch, and how employees feel. The next series of slides breaks this down through the 80-20 principle, and it's very consistent with Gallup's research on the number of managers that are more task and performance oriented versus the number of managers who are relational and coaching. So the performance side comprises 80% of managers. The transactional side also is 80% of managers. And then we see there's a 20% on the relational side and a 20% on the developmental or growth side. Now looking through the lens of where employees fit, whether they're engaged, they're coasting, they're ready to quit, or toxic, I'll break out what elements drive those kinds of behaviors and attitudes in employees. And this next slide looks at the coaching strategy and move them towards the upper right quadrant. Finally, you've got a little bit of a worksheet where you can begin to place the people on your team, the people you're directly responsible for. So you have the starting point, and you can begin to map a strategy on the coaching style that works best for them. This tool provides a framework for one of the hardest things managers have, and that is understanding where your people are starting from and then mapping out where to take them. And it's to that upper right quadrant. If you're interested, it's free on my website. You'll get the slide deck, you'll get the full training video, and then if you have any questions, please reach out. My mission is that you can help your employees move and grow to become the best version of what they're capable of being and making a great contribution to your team. Take care.